many people, they often use workplace equity and workplace equality interchangeably, but from my understanding, there are distinct differences between the two. So the nuances here can be a little bit confusing. Maybe you could shed some light on how each concept is different.
Yes. So I think it's understandable that sometimes equity and equality is, kind of interchanged, but there is very clear distinct difference between the two. So equality is about and in a work-based context, equality is about every employee being given the same resource and opportunity. It's sort of like one size fits all approach, whereas equity is about recognizing the difference and circumstances of different groups and also making sure that everyone can be enabled to have equal access to opportunities within the organization, equal access to pay at workplace. So for example, equality is saying that every employee needs to, be at the office 9 to 5 to deliver a particular project milestone. So there'll be no special permissions or concessions given. There'll be no special treatments, which if you think about it, sounds okay. Sounds fair to me. But from an equity standpoint, right, take one particular demographics like caregiver lens, right? It's making sure that or understanding and recognizing that, this particular employee has caregiving responsibilities. So if he's given a special sort of like a flexibility to choose when they choose to work and also, at what time they resume their work, as long as they are delivering and achieving that project milestone. So obviously, you need to have clear communication in place in order to make sure that this person's quality of deliverable is, really good. And all of these things needs to be ensured on the side. The equity is about recognizing the difference and also giving them that flexibility and autonomy to deliver things as long as their performance remains, awesome as usual. So the point I'm trying to make is this does not mean that equality does not matter or it doesn't have any values, because employees need to be treated equally in very critical areas such as like performance management. And, when people are doing performance reviews and, they go on these one-to-one kind of catch-ups, regardless of people's identity, they need to be evaluated equally on the certain previously set criteria and dimensions. So there, no special preference is given, right? So some organizations tend to promote certain, groups labeled as diversity, but that also has counterintuitive results because it doesn't motivate the rest of employees. And imagine if that person, figures out that they have been promoted on the diversity quota, how does that make that person feel, right? So, those are sort of like the subtle differences between equality and equity.